Hi everyone, in this video I want to show you some of my Ryobi drills. Hopefully you can hear me. The rain has just picked up. I'm out here on some land that I have cleared with my Ryobi tools, and I'm being protected by this tarp. So these are drills from Ryobi. These are really awesome. I have used these to do all kinds of stuff. The biggest project that I have done with these was building a shower house. I had someone else do a lot of the work also. She helped me. And honestly, she probably did more work than I did using these wonderful Ryobi tools. Anyone can use these. They are super lightweight. Here we have two different types of drills from Ryobi. These are 18-volt drills. You can also get them in 40-volt versions, I believe. I have both 18-volt Ryobi tools and 40-volt Ryobi tools. Most of my 40-volt tools are like chainsaws and trimmers and stuff like that. All of my drills are currently 18 volt. They work pretty well, but I do have some recommendations that might actually help you. So one thing I would recommend if you get any Ryobi tool is to obviously get a battery and a charger, because you're going to need that. So this is an example of an 18 volt battery from Ryobi. This one is 1.5 amp hours. I would recommend that you get, if you get one of these, like if you buy this and it comes with the charger, the battery, and the tool, and if it's 1.5 amp hour, I'd recommend that you go out and buy another battery. Here's another battery. So I have two 1.5 amp hour batteries, and if you can afford it, it makes a big difference to get something that is higher amp hour. So there's a price difference, but it's for a reason. So like if you can get something like 4 amp hours or higher if possible, that makes a huge difference. Also, you'll notice that on Amazon there are other batteries from other companies that are not Ryobi, and they are usually a little bit cheaper and they have higher amp hours and they're supposed to be better. I really can't say anything about those. I don't really have any personal experience with those. All I know is I did a lot of research on different batteries from other companies, and I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna pay a little bit more and get the Ryobi, because I'm using the Ryobi tool and I just, you know, I want to make sure it works well. And so for me, it's worth it to pay just a little bit more to go with Ryobi. You're already paying less by going with Ryobi because Ryobi is much cheaper than a lot of the other name brands out there. So I feel like I don't want to go that cheap, you know, so let me just stick with Ryobi products because I think they work. So to take this battery, what you do is to plug it in, you just do this, boom, you're good to go, and then you plug it in. These charge relatively quickly, the 1.5 amp hour batteries. An indicator will tell you when it's charged. If you have a higher amp hour battery, it does take a little bit longer to charge, but it lasts a lot longer. I have a friend that has a Ryobi pole saw, and he was using these 1.5 amp hour batteries because that's what they usually come with when you buy these tools. And I think he got one that was 4 amp hour for his pole saw, and he uses his pole saw for like his professional business. So like he uses it to make a living. He does all kinds of trimming and work outside, you know, lawn work and, you know, all kinds of yard work. And he said it made a huge difference. He doesn't have to leave the job site anymore because he has to charge his Ryobi tools because he has a 4 amp hour battery. So my advice would be to get the best batteries you can get. And again, if it comes with the 1.5 amp hour, that's okay. More batteries is always better. I have tons of these. I think I have like 3 of these, and I just use the tools, and then when I run the battery down, I start charging it and then just swap the battery out. So here we have 2 different drills. This right here, this button here, tells you how to switch the direction. So you have like forward and reverse. I forgot which is which, but you just push it and it changes the direction. I'll show you that in a minute. And then here we have another drill, same feature, really lightweight, no cords, no gas, portable. These lithium batteries seem to last forever. Let's put some batteries in and I'll show you how these awesome drills work. Okay, I put the battery in, so look at this. Yeah, look at that. That's really cool, right? And then you press the button and it switches directions. So let's see. That's one direction. That's the other direction. So you can drill in, drill out. You can use this one. This one was being used to make pilot holes in wood. So if you're drilling into wood, it's always a really good idea to make a pilot hole. So I was using this drill to make pilot holes, and this one to actually put the screws in. Let's go ahead and put the battery in this one so you see how this works. Okay, the battery is hooked up to this drill. And so basically you just take this, you pull the trigger, and boom, boom. Push this, do the same thing, and then it switches direction. So really quite nice. Notice this, look at this. That light, every time you turn it on, the light turns on. And I think this one does the same thing. Let me check. Yeah, and you know, that used to drive me nuts because I used to think, wait a minute, is there a way to disable the light? Because I was worried that the light was taking up power from the battery. And, you know, I had a lot of work to do. I didn't want, you know, my battery to run down. So I don't think it does, and I don't think there's a way to disable the light. I should emphasize that I do think it's better to have 2 of these instead of 1. And the reason you can see is this. Here we have a drill bit. Here we have a screw bit. So we can make pilot holes with this one and then drill in your screws with this one. So more is better when it comes to tools, especially Ryobi tools. And I think I mentioned this before already, but the batteries, if you can, try to get a higher amp hour battery, as that is preferable. It will last a lot longer. So really, really nice drill. I think the fact that these are cordless is also a huge plus. You don't have to worry about having a wire. And they're very strong. A lot of times you'll get a cordless drill and it just doesn't have the oomph. It doesn't have the power to, you know, really drill into the wood like this one does, or to really, you know, push the screws in like this one does. So you go with corded, and corded is usually pretty good, but you have the cord to contend with. With these tools though, I feel like they have plenty of power. Again, I was able to build an entire shower house. Let me show you some of the things that these drills did. All of these screws were put in by Ryobi Tools. So I first made a pilot hole, and then I used the other drill you saw to actually drill these in. So this entire shower house was built with Ryobi Tools. Let me look at that. Everything except those steps, those were a gift from a friend. But I built the entire thing using those Ryobi tools. And the batteries did run out, but that's why it's good to have more than one battery and more than one charger. Overall, I think if you're looking for some really good drills, I do recommend Ryobi. I have a lot of experience with Ryobi tools. They make great drills, great chainsaws. I have their 40-volt chainsaw. Great string trimmers. I have their 40-volt trimmer. Great circular saws. I have their 18-volt circular saw. Really good products. And you know, you can pay more for other brands. Like you can get a DeWalt, and I mean, maybe the DeWalt will last you longer, but you know what? Who knows? It might not, right? And so far, so good. I've had these for over a year now, and they are still going strong, still 100%. Totally recommend Ryobi Tools. Take care.